Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Communications.
There will be silence.
Will the Minister update the House on how NBN Co's revised agreements with Optus and Telstra will assist in rolling out high-speed broadband to all Australians sooner, at less cost to taxpayers and more affordably for consumers?
I call the Honourable Minister for Communications.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I want to thank the member for Banks for his question. Now, when the Labor government established the NBN project, it entered into a most remarkably uncommercial set of agreements with Telstra and Optus, whereby the NBN Co and the Australian government would pay tens of billions of dollars to Telstra and Optus to switch off their copper network and their cable TV network, their hybrid fibre coax networks, so that the NBN could overbuild it with fibre to the premises. Now, what was remarkable was that Senator Conroy and Prime Minister Gillard did not bother to reserve the right to use any part of that infrastructure they were paying Telstra and Optus to decommission. They paid them entirely for it, complete value, but had no right to use any part of it. Now, what we have managed to do and conclude at the end of last year is agree with Telstra and Optus for no additional payment, and I stress this, for no additional payment, to be able to use those copper and hybrid fibre coax networks to enable us to complete the project much sooner, much cheaper and much more affordably. Now, turning to the member for Banks's electorate, 77% of the premises in his electorate are passed with cable TV networks, the HFC networks. They would all have been switched off by the Labor Party, decommissioned, turned into junk. They can now be used to deliver, as they do today, 100 megabit per second speeds, and with very straightforward modifications which are being deployed all over the world to go right up to 1 gigabit per second speeds without having to roll out new cable infrastructure. Now, you might think that is common sense, but of course it was a penetrating glimpse of the obvious that was denied to the Labor Party. The most uncommercial deal. Now, Senator Conroy at one point said who would buy Telstra's copper? Well, of course we haven't bought it. We've negotiated to acquire it for no extra cost. He said, come on down. Alan Bond, Kerry Packer would be laughing all the way.
The member for Port Adelaide.
My point of order is relevance. The minister's only being about 39% relevant, and he needs to be 100% relevant here. The point of order is relevant.
There is no point of order. The minister has the call.
Madam Speaker, the minister, like his leader, they get these zingers. They come in there with the zinger, and it's like a bit of chewing tobacco, and they roll it up against the top of their mouth. They roll it round their cheeks. The pupils dilate. There's a straining expression reminiscent to anyone who's had experience with young children. And then, boom, out it comes. A literary exocet aimed at the heart of your victim. How can I take the pressure from the shadow minister? He's almost as deadly as his master.